I never imagined that a single evening could turn my entire understanding of my relationship upside down. My name is Ethan, and for 5 years I believed my life with my wife, Lila, was steady and predictable. We had our routines, our shared dreams, and a sense of security I thought nothing could shake. But one night all of that changed. It felt like any ordinary evening at first. I was finishing up dinner while Lila sat silently at the table, her expression unusually tense. There was something unsettled in her eyes, something she seemed almost afraid to voice. "Ethan," she finally said, her voice wavering, "there's something I need to ask you." I thought it would be something small, maybe a favor or a question about our weekend plans. But the heaviness in her tone told me otherwise. "What's going on?" I asked gently. She looked down, twisting her fingers nervously. When she spoke again, her voice was barely audible. I want you to let me meet with him." Froze. "Him?" My stomach tightened. "Who do you mean?" She lifted her eyes to mine, and the answer hit me like a punch. "Liam. My ex." For a moment, everything inside me recoiled. Liam, the ex she rarely discussed, the one she brushed off as part of the past. And now she wanted him back in her life, even if only temporarily. A wave of anger was the first to hit, followed by confusion, and then a sinking dread I couldn't ignore. "Why?" I asked quietly. Her eyes shimmered with uncertainty. "I need closure, Ethan. I can't move forward completely until I know that whatever I felt for him is gone for good. I don't want this to haunt us. Please. I'm asking you." I wanted to argue. I wanted to demand why she needed something like this after all the years we'd shared. But instead I sat there, stunned, trying to understand the person I had promised my life to. Was this insecurity, curiosity, test, or something I hadn't seen coming? The silence stretched painfully between us as I replayed memories of our promises, our laughter, our late-night conversations. Was all of it now at risk because of one unresolved piece of her past? But then it struck me. This wasn't some careless request. It was a moment that revealed something raw and honest. I could see fear in her eyes. Fear of my reaction, fear of hurting us, fear of not knowing her own heart. Finally spoke. "Lila, if this is something you truly need, I need to understand exactly why. No vague answers. No half-truths. Tell me what this means for us." She swallowed hard. "I love you. I haven't stopped loving you for a second. But Liam was a big part of my life once. And I never really got to close that chapter the right way. I want one conversation. One moment to put everything behind me so I can be fully present with you." Her sincerity was unmistakable. And yet, agreeing felt like stepping into dangerous territory. "If I say yes," I warned softly, "you need to understand this could change everything. Feelings can resurface, even unintentionally. Are you sure you're ready for that?" She nodded firmly. "Yes. 'Cause I choose you, Ethan. I just need clarity, nothing more." I weighed my options. Refusing might create resentment. Agreeing might open a door we couldn't close. But trust only means something when it's tested. Finally I said, "All right. But we do this on my terms. One meeting. Somewhere public. No secrets. And once it's done, we move forward together. Deal?" Her relief was immediate, almost overwhelming. "Deal. Thank you, truly." The days leading up to the meeting were tense. Not because I doubted her, but because I understood how fragile emotions can be when digging up old memories. Still, we planned everything down to the smallest detail. When the day arrived, we met at a quiet cafe downtown. Liam was already seated, looking surprisingly calm, completely unaware of the emotional storm surrounding this encounter. Lila's hands trembled slightly as she greeted him. I stood a little behind, observing, measuring every shift in their expressions. At first, Liam seemed eager to slip into nostalgia, bringing up old stories and inside jokes. But Lila held firm, steering the conversation toward closure rather than reminiscence. And that's when I saw something I hadn't expected: strength, control, growth. She wasn't the same young woman he once knew. Eventually, Liam exhaled and leaned back, a hint of defeat in his eyes. I guess I always thought life might lead us back together someday, he admitted quietly. Didn't expect things to be like this. Lila's voice was steady, clear. That part of my life is over, Liam. I needed to see you to close the door completely. My future is with Ethan. That's where my heart is. Watching him process that truth brought me a strange sense of relief. Whatever tie had lingered between them had been severed cleanly, respectfully. When we left the cafe, Lila's hand brushed mine, a silent reassurance I didn't know I needed. Once we were alone, she whispered, "Thank you for trusting me." I squeezed her hand gently. I didn't just trust you. I trusted us. That night, sitting together in our living room, the tension that had lingered for days finally dissolved. We didn't need to dissect the meeting. It had served its purpose. What mattered was what it revealed: trust, communication, and resilience. Later, as she drifted to sleep against my shoulder, a realization washed over me. Marriage isn't only about love. It's about facing the uncomfortable, confronting fears, and choosing each other again and again, even when it feels risky. Lila's request had been shocking, yes. But it had also been a turning point, one that forced us to confront something deeper. And in doing so, we strengthened what we had. As I watched her sleep, I understood something I would never forget. Love isn't proven in peaceful moments, but in the storms you weather side by side. And whatever challenges waited ahead, I knew we were strong enough to face them together.